And our friends in the media, we just ask that you please silence your cell phones. Also, if you're asking a question to a coach, student athletes, to provide your name and affiliation for each question. Greatly appreciate that. Those that are joining us via Zoom, you can ask a question with the hand feature. And then the last but maybe the most important, recording the press conference on cell phones or cameras is prohibited. Really excited to welcome to the stage the North Carolina Tar Heels, 22-13, 13-7 in the ACC. Is R.J. Davis was second-team All-Conference this year, and Seth Trimble also joining us. R.J., before we open up questions to the media, just your excitement on last night and seeing your name on the board.
I was very excited seeing our name pop up on the screen and being in the play-in tournament, just getting the opportunity to play. It's March Madness. I mean, this is what you play for. You set a goal at the beginning of the year to be in this tournament and succeed. So just to see our name pop up on the screen, I was just overly excited. I had a smile across my face, and I was ready to hoop.
Seth, the same question.
Super grateful, super blessed. I didn't have the most expressing reaction, but I was just kind of really locked in on the show and just saw our name really quickly. And then I saw that we'd have a chance to be able to play Milwaukee, where I'm from. So it was a bunch of emotions for me. But like I just said, just to get a chance to play in this tournament and succeed here, what you want to do is, I mean, it's a surreal experience and, I mean, something that only a few people can, accomplish. So we're grateful.
For those that are here, if you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone. Let's start in the first row on the end.
Andrew Jones, Tar Heel Illustrated. You mentioned your reaction on that video that went viral. What was going through your mind, and what have you heard about your reaction? What somebody said to you that kind of?
I was just shocked. I mean, I expected ourselves to make the tournament, but the show had literally just started, so I was kind of just zoned out a little bit or locked in, whatever you want to say. And then it was a crazy full circle moment for me because my dad and I 2 days ago were just talking about, how we could get the opportunity to play in Milwaukee. And, I always joke about with Coach Davis bringing the team to Milwaukee, playing a game against Marquette, whatever it is. But now we actually get the opportunity. So a bunch of things are going on in my mind, but that was definitely the biggest one. Then I've seen a lot of people say, I don't know if you're familiar with this, clip farming or farming. That's what we say in this generation. So I've seen a lot of jokes from it, but I was really just locked in on the show. And I mean, super excited in the moment. Yeah.
This is for both you guys. When you saw Louisville pop up as an 8, did you think, oh crap, if they're an 8, we might be in trouble?
I mean, yeah, I just think because Louisville had a really good year, and I feel like an 8 seed was kind of disrespectful to them. So, but then I didn't really know where we were going to end up as. So it was kind of just like a guessing game, what seed we were going to be. So, yeah.
I just took it as
before you answer that, Seth, just a question for some of the folks that weren't able to hear it. It was the thought of Louisville opening up as an 8 seed and where that was in their minds and playing in the same conference. Go ahead, Seth. Sorry.
I just took it as a sign of disrespect to our conference, honestly. I know we've had somewhat of a down year this year in the ACC, but I feel like every single year, once it comes to March, the ACC does a great job. But I think it was just a little bit disrespectful. Louisville had a great year. They had a really good tournament run in the ACC tournament, so that's all I really saw it as. I wasn't worried about for us.
On the other side of the aisle in the first row.
Finding out where you're going to play, who you're playing, getting up here, everything. Can you kind of describe what that whole, this last day or so has been like?
It's been a whole lot of anticipation, I feel like. The last we had practice yesterday, and we practiced around 4 o'clock, I think. And while we were practicing, we had no idea. Coach Davis gathered us around and told us, as of right now, he doesn't know, but we're gonna practice, and we're gonna focus like we're playing, in the next couple of days. He said we'll most likely be playing Tuesday or Wednesday, and we all knew that was the deal, but a whole lot of anticipation. We watched the show as a team, as y'all saw, so it was just fine. We were finally able to release that excitement, when we saw the good news. So.
RJ, want to chime in on that?
I agree with what Seth said. I think it was a quick turnaround for us. Obviously, things happening so quick. You find out that you're playing either Tuesday or Wednesday. We found out last night that we were playing Tuesday, so we had to hop on a plane. Just didn't know what time we were leaving yet. And then just mentally getting ready to play our best game. Because obviously travel happens, and you got pack and understand that you're going down there to play a game, and then hopefully, God willing, be ready to fly the next day or the same night over to Milwaukee. So it's really just like a mentally preparing yourself for traveling, but at the same time going to win some games. So quick turnaround from practice to watching the selection show Sunday, and then just going back to your apartments and just getting ready for a road trip.
Second row on the end.
Adam Smith with Inside Carolina. Guys, hello. Just wanted to ask, if you think about this season as a whole, all the way back to Kansas, Maui, so much has happened and gone on, the ups and downs. Do you in any way look at getting into this tournament as sort of like a clean start or a clean slate, given the ride that this thing has looked like this season?
RJ?
Yeah, 100%. I think anytime you enter March, it's a new season. And given the way our season went, it's been an up and down year, but been very fortunate and grateful for the opportunity we've had to be in this tournament and kind of have like a clean slate. It's 0-0. What happened in the regular season, what happened in the ACC tournament is now in the past, and we're focused on winning some games in March. So you got to have that mindset and that mentality going into it, because it could be anyone's game. And I think that's been shown previously throughout the whole years of March Madness. So, but it's a fun time. And at the same time, it's just like one game at a time. And you got to have that approach. You got to have that preparation going into each game, each practice, because it could be anyone's game. So it's a clean slate for sure.
Seth?
I agree absolutely what RJ said. It's a clean slate. We're not looking back on what went wrong this season and what went right for us this year, because if we do that, we'll know we get left behind. There's no time for that. So we're looking on to San Diego State today, and then we go from there. So it's 0-0, but yeah, there's no time to look back into the past.
Third row in the middle.
Will Martin, University of Dayton Media. In the past seasons, teams have talked about the do or die feeling in the first four. How do you stay calm and confident in that kind of environment?
Seth?
It's been do or die for us for the last month, so we're good. We're good. Simple as that.
RJ, do or die mentality.
I agree with what Seth said.
Other questions for our student athletes? Let's go to the back row here.
Paul Chu, University of Dayton Media. For RJ, this is your 5th year with the Tar Heels, showing your loyalty and commitment towards the team. How are you going to use your experience and knowledge coming into the first four tournament?
That's a great question. Really just rely on my teammates and my coaching staff. Obviously, being in college for a long time, 5 years, but then experiencing what I experienced in March Madness and the NCAA tournament, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. From playing in the Final Four, national championships, to Sweet 16s, to Elite Eights, like those is what you dream of, and it's a hard route to get there. So my approach, my mentality is kind of just stay confident, stay composed, one game at a time, and understand that we have a team behind us that can really do a lot of great things. And like Seth said, it was a do or die situation for us for the past month, and whether we realized it or not, we performed at a high level. So I I think that's a good sign for us, knowing that when our back's against the wall, when pressure's on us, we're able to perform at a high level. And we don't really see it as pressure. And I think that's what will be my message to the team. It's really about the opportunity and what are you going to do with the opportunity? What are you going to do with, are you going to take advantage of it? And I feel like we did it the past month, and we just got to carry this over into the stretch.
And just an additional thing. So you posted earlier, like about a day ago, that you're very blessed to have this opportunity. Can you further explain what you meant by that post?
Yeah, I mean, I just rely my relationship on with God and putting all my faith and trust into Him. And He doesn't make any mistakes. You may always have questions of why things are happening to you and why things may not go your way, but I lean on Him when times are rough and even when they're going well for me. And what I meant by that is just I'm blessed to be in another position to put on this jersey one more last time because this is my last year playing basketball, so I want to go out with a bang. And God just told me He wasn't done with me yet, so I'm just ready to just take full advantage of it.
Other questions for Seth and RJ? Let's go to the third row in the back.
Hi, Patrick Sobuski from University of Dayton. You guys coming in as 11 seed, last team in the field. It's the lowest UNC's ever been seeded. Do you feel as if you have something to prove for this tournament?
Seth?
Absolutely. I think we've all kind of felt the hate, the disagreement, all that from everybody outside of the Carolina family and fan base. So, I mean, we're just running with it. We definitely feel like we got something to prove. We wanted to be better this year, but, we deal with the cards at hand. So, absolutely.
RJ?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, for us to, be considered 11 team and you have, people asking, do you guys think you're a tournament team? Like, that irks my soul because I know we are and I know what we're capable of. So it's really just about proving ourselves right rather than people wrong.
RJ, when the Tar Heels are at their best, what does that basketball look like?
When the Tar Heels are at their best, that basketball is so much fun to watch. You watch us get up and down in transition. You watch us for a full 40-minute game, executing our defensive game plan really well. We're sharing the basketball. Like, it goes down the list. You have multiple guys that can score double figures any type of night, and we lay our hat on whatever it takes. And that's been a huge emphasis for us. Coach Davis came up with that motto, and each game we always ask ourselves, we always tell ourselves whatever it takes to win this game. And that's Carolina basketball for you, and that's when we're moving the right path and succeeding.
And then, Seth, the best quality of this basketball team?
I think just the heart and the passion that we've shown in spurts throughout the year. That is absolutely there. We haven't shown it every single minute of the season. We haven't shown it every game, but when it's there, you just feel and see kind of how much it raises the whole just level of this team. So
let's go to the third row on the aisle.
Luke DeCock from the Raleigh News and Observer. For either of you guys, wanted to talk a little bit specifically about sort of Friday night and kind of after the Duke game. You've got a day and a half till the selection show. Everyone's saying you're still in, now you're out. How did you guys sort of manage those emotions? Obviously, you go ahead and practice, but that there's so much uncertainty and it's out of your control now. How did you guys kind of deal with that, and what were those emotions like?
Seth?
For me, personally, I was able to control myself. I was okay. I was confident when I was talking to the media and they were asking all these questions after the game. I was very confident that, we put ourselves in a good enough position just to get a bid in this tournament. And then, I didn't worry because my dad always tells me, what God has for you, no man can be against. So, if he puts us in the tournament, we're in the tournament. If he doesn't put us in the tournament, then we're not. Whatever happens is because of him, and it's just the right thing, whether we appreciate it or not. So I was able to be at peace with it.
RJ?
Yeah, I completely agree with what Seth said. I just think after the game, Friday going into Saturday, you have like a lot of emotions and feelings, thoughts about what's next, what's going to happen, the uncertainty level. But I think worrying about it is out of your control. Like, we have no control of whether we're going to make the tournament or not, and it was all up in the air and it was all up in God's hands, and that's when you lean on Him the most. And that's where where Seth is saying and when I'm saying, like, all of our faith and confidence was leaning on the Lord. And like, yes, we're mad about the game, but at the same time, we still had prep, and we knew and we understood that we could be possibly playing Tuesday. So it was kind of just like a deal with your emotions now, but then be ready and be prepared to play Tuesday. So that was really just everything that happened within the next 36, 48 hours.
Any more questions for our student athletes? RJ, Seth, we really appreciate your time. We're really excited to watch you play tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.
Oh, yeah. Good luck. All right, this time we're really excited to welcome Hubert Davis, the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels, in his fourth season as the man in charge. And, Coach, before we open up questions for the media, I do want to ask a question personally and just your excitement last night and seeing your name called.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the excitement was seeing the reaction of the guys when they saw our name being selected to the NCAA tournament. As a coach, that's what drives you. That's what gives you joy, is to see the reaction and the happiness and the joy from the players, and to see how excited they were to be a part of this, and was something that I will remember for the rest of my life, and something that always brings joy to my heart.
Open up the floor for questions. Let's go to the third row on the end.
Hubert, Luke DeCock from the News and Observer. I'm just curious, you come off a tough loss Friday night. You have time to wait for the selection show. How did you sort of try to manage their emotions and sort of kind of get to the point where you'd find out the answer on Sunday? Like, that's a difficult time for kids and athletes to sort of deal with that uncertainty.
Well, I never looked at it in regards to managing their emotions. I mean, one of the things that, we were all frustrated of how, Friday night turned out in the game versus Duke. My concern was with the players in regards to basketball. I thought I was so proud of their fight, being able to come back down from 24 in the second half and to put ourselves in a position to possibly win that game. And so it was a dramatic ending, and so my focus was on the players and supporting them and encouraging them from a hard-fought loss.
Let's go to the third row on the end.
Patrick Sabusky from the University of Dayton. What's your preparation look like, having such a quick turnaround from finding out you're playing?
I couldn't hear you. What is?
What's the preparation look like,
Yeah.
finding out you're playing in this game on Sunday and then having to play on Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, this is the preparation is the same. I mean, we've played 3 games in a row in Maui. We've played 3 games in a row in the ACC tournament. There's twice during conference season where we've had Saturday games and then had to play Monday against a different opponent on the road. And so in regards to preparation and practice, none of that has changed, and we'll be prepared to play our best tomorrow against a really good San Diego State team.
Go across the aisle.
Paul Chu, media for the University of Dayton. So Ian Jackson, he is a sixth man and also a freshman for the Tar Heels. What are your initial thoughts of how he's experiencing the beginning for his March Madness career and how he's initially feeling in general about this whole feeling and everything?
Well, I mean, all of them are, really excited. I don't know the exact number, but at least I think half of our team, most of our team, this is the first time that they've experienced the NCAA tournament. And so they're excited, but they have no idea what they're excited about. But Ian this year has been one of our better players. I mean, our success, a lot of it has been directly tied to how talented Ian is and his ability to score, his ability to make plays on both ends of the floor, and just the type of kid and character he is. It's been so much fun coaching him this past year, and he's somebody that always brings a smile and puts it on your face every day.
Let's go to the second row, across the aisle, on the end.
Marcus Hartman, Dayton Daily News. Coach Dutcher has, coached for a long time, has a lot of experience, but he said this is a new experience for him. I'm thinking it's a new experience for you. I just wonder what are your initial impressions of being in the first four?
It's really not a new experience to me. It's a basketball game, and we're preparing the same way that we've prepared all season. One of the messages that I consistently tell the guys is focus on what is real, and what we have control over is our preparation, our practice, and our play, and the process in which we do it. And we'll be detailed in our approach and our practice today, and have a good shoot around tomorrow, and be excited and be ready to play tomorrow night.
Have you been here before? Do you have any history
First time.
here?
First time here in Dayton, so it's really exciting for me to be here.
The third row.
Will Martin, University of Dayton Media. This town loves its basketball, and these games are going to be they're going to have a lot of energy. So how important is it to have the crowd on your side?
Well, I think it definitely helps, but I think, it's going to be a packed house, and there's going to be a lot of energy in the building, and rightfully so. And that's something that our players and our coaching staff, myself personally, always feed off on, and are really looking forward to it. As I said before, this is my first time here to Dayton. Obviously, my first time here for the first four. I've seen it on TV, and to be able to experience it is something that I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night.
Third row on the end.
Caleb Zappi, University of Dayton. Do you anticipate any changes in tempo or style ahead of the San Diego State game?
For us or for?
Yeah,
no. I mean, for 35 games, this is who we are, and from an offensive standpoint, we've been clear, definitive that we like to play at a fast pace. We like to be the fastest team and from free throw line to free throw line, and our transitioning from defense to offense, regardless of it's made, missed basket, turnover, we want to play at pace. And but it's also important for us to play with purpose and pace, taking care of the basketball and trying to dominate points in the paint through post and penetration, and putting ourselves in a position to get to the free throw line and generate really good threes off those penetrations and off those post catches. And so that's something that we've done consistently offensively for 35 games, and we're not changing it for tomorrow night.
Coach, in looking at your last 10 games, only 2 losses, and both coming against Duke. Do you feel like your team is playing some of its best basketball here at the end of the season?
Well, I don't feel it. We are. I mean, we're just and where we are better is we're consistently doing the little things that allow you to experience big things out there on the floor. I think at the beginning of the year, we had struggled with inconsistencies in terms of little things like boxing out, defending without fouling on the offensive end, our shot selection, turning the ball over, and those are things that we're consistently doing a lot better. And as a result of that, our team has played a lot better. And over the last month and a half, and you mentioned those 10 games, we have improved a lot.
Third row.
Paul Chu, University of Dayton Media. So taking it to the media, a lot of people are stating that you guys don't belong here, and they're surprised that you got the last pick for the first four. What are your initial thoughts, and what do you have to say in general about those thoughts about the social media saying you guys don't belong here? What do you have to prove?
I don't have any thoughts, and I'm not on social media. So in regards to those comments, that would be negligent on my part to comment on something I've never read or never heard. And so I'm not on. I didn't listen to bracketology. I didn't listen after our name was selected on CBS. I didn't listen to the telecast. I haven't listened to anybody's comments in regards to selection, seedings. And so I know that we're really excited to be a part of this, and we're looking forward to tomorrow night.
Coach Dutcher was up here and mentioned that the score can't be in the 80s or 90s. He feels like it's got to be in the 70s for the Aztecs to win. For you, what's the most important key in tomorrow night and getting a victory and moving on to Milwaukee?
Well, there's a number of things. I would probably say first thing is our ability to take care of the basketball. San Diego State is obviously an outstanding defensive team. They do a terrific job guarding the ball one-on-one, creating turnovers, making it difficult to score consistently in the paint and get to the rim. And so for us, taking care of the basketball and being able to generate good shots, that's just going to be huge for us. And when we've been able to do that this year, we've either been able to make the shot, and if we don't, we can get to the offensive glass, or we get fouled, get to the free throw line. So our efficiency and our approach from an offensive standpoint of taking care of the basketball and getting good shots is going to be really important for us.
Let's go to the second row on the end.
Hey, Hubert, Ariel Bynum with Tar Heel Tribune. Obviously, your faith is really big to you, and it is also for Ian Jackson and what he's going through with fasting in Ramadan. What are the challenges that you've seen for him going through that? And it's kind of what the NC State player went through last year.
One of the things for Ian is we're supporting him. The challenge is you would have to ask him. I'm not going through it. And so, but we support Ian, and we're thankful for not just Ian, for all of our players and their faith, and that's something that we support in all of our players and all of our staff.
But is it odd that he goes to team meals and he just talks to everybody and doesn't eat?
No, not at all. I think it's quite natural that Ian comes and is talking the whole meal.
Other questions for Coach? Second row on the end.
Coach Marcus Hartman, Dayton Daily News. Seth did say that they were kind of aware of some of the social media hate that they've seen, and that they're going to use that as a motivation. But I wonder, do you want to make sure that's not too motivating, they maybe keep an even keel with that kind of a thing, or hear it but not hear too much about it?
No, I mean, I speak to the guys not just in regards to the NCAA tournament. All year long, I tell them that, you're going to have to learn how to turn down the noise from the phone, the family, the friends, and the Carolina college basketball fans. And they asked me, what is noise? And noise is anything that doesn't help you become a better person, a better player, and a better teammate. And so anything that doesn't help you become those three things, and you're going to have to learn how to turn down or turn off that noise. I also talk to them about focusing on what is real. I give them a Bible verse, Proverbs 4:25, where it says, keep your eyes straight ahead, ignore all sideshow distractions. Why I give them that is what is real is our preparation and our practice and our play against San Diego State. Anything else outside of that is really irrelevant.
Any more questions for Coach? Coach, we appreciate everything, and we are so excited watching your group play tomorrow night.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, that concludes our press conferences for today. A reminder, tomorrow night we'll start at 6:40 with St. Francis and Alabama State, followed by North Carolina and San Diego State. Hammond Communications is going to post the recording of the press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub. That's ncaa.veritone.com. And transcripts are also going to be provided here shortly. Thank you. Man, I was surprised there wasn't more Tar Heel